So, good morning, Honorable President here. And in CS 102, database management system. The second year, fourth semester. Unit number 3, database management design. Topic number 3, third normal form. So, before we have seen the topic first and second, third, and brief about third normal form. So, we go for next one. So, this third normal form. First, table design is said to be in a 3 enough if the both following conditions are old. The first one is most important condition. The table must be 2 enough. Second one, a transitive functional dependency of non-prime attribute on any super key should be removed. Third one, attribute that is not part in any candidate key is known as non-prime attribute. So in another word, the 3 enough can be explained like this. A table isn't 3 enough if it is 2 enough, and for each functional dependency, x, y, at least one following conditions are true. For example, this is x, this is y. The y depends on x, y depends on x, but x depends on there is no value. So once verify all data in particular table form available or not. If it is available, once check the above 3 conditions, we have suitable, you can store your database server after completion of a process. If not possible, don't store your database server. Once reorganize, arrange your value and return back and store your database, store your value in the system. So once the conditions, the X is the super key of table and Y is the primary attribute of the table. And this is an attribute that is part of one of the candidate key is known primary attribute or none. Once primary is available, there is no problem. If not available, you can search the value and insert and complete your process in the sector. I'm going to next one. This is one of the table. Example, suppose a company wants to store the complete address of each table. They create of table name employee in detail that looks like this in your sector. First one is super key. For example, the table product ID, employee name, employee zip code, employee state, employee city, employee districts. So first super key I have find out employee ID, employee ID, employee name, employee ID, employee name, and employee zip, so on. Whatever you have set to a key, but candidate key only employee ID. And non-prime attribute, all the attributes except employee ID are non-attribute that are not part of any candidate key. For example, once I have choose this is a primary, this is a candidate key. Suppose I'm choose primary key here and candidate here now, it's not possible because belongs in only state of the primary key. This is a possible. So we can divide to table and separate the process in the third normal form. I can show and next slides. So here employee state, employee city, and employee district depends on employee zip, and employee ID, employee zip is dependent on employee ID that makes a non-prime attribute. For example, employee state, employee city, and employee district transitive depend on super key of employee ID. This is violated the rule of 3 enough. The to make this table compiles with the 3 enough, we have to break the table into 2 table and to remove the transitive dependency in the process. So we have divided 2 parts. One is employee ID, employee name, employee zip. Another one employee zip and state and city and district. This is the third normal form. The condition is satisfied. So once condition satisfied, you can store your database in your basic condition of normalization. So this is one of the method in the store your third method in the data stored in the table, basic condition of normalization. So this is advantage of third normal form. The advantage removing it transitive dependency are mainly twofold. The first one is amount of data duplication reduced. So we have huge number of data can same. You can you reduce your redundancy of basic conditions. and therefore your database becomes smaller. And second advantage, data integrity is most important. The data integrity is not available. Your data can be replicate or duplicate, or there is no similarity in your value. This is the data integrity is most important. Next one, Boyce Codd normal form. The Boyce Codd normal form satisfy in your two condition. One is should the table in the third normal form, and any dependency A2 tends to be a super key. This is the condition of third normal form. This is the condition. We have student ID, subject, professor. So in this table, one student can enroll multiple subjects. For example, student can ID number is 101 as opt for subject Java and C++. For each subject, a professor is assigned to the student, and there can be multiple professor, can be multiple professor teaching one subject, like we have Java. So this is what do you think there should be a primary key? So first I should student ID subject to the primary key, and using student ID and subject we can find column of the table. Another one, one professor teach only one subject, but one subject may have two different professors. So hence there's a dependency between subject and professor here, where a subject depends on professor name. This table satisfies first normal form because all values are atomic. The column name are unique. All the values stored in the particular column in name of domain, basic condition in the area. The second normal, there is no partial dependency in the table. There is no transitive dependency, and hence the table are also satisfied in third normal form. But the Boyce Codd normal form, basic condition in your area. This is why this table is not busy enough. The table student ID subject from primary, which means subject column primary attribute, but there is no dependency of professor and subject. For example, this is a student table, this is a professor table. Student ID, professor ID, and professor ID and professor and subject name. So this is not the attribute of professor is not primary attribute, which is not allowed by BCNF.